Here's the headline in today's New York Daily News. 1 is the Nets' loneliest number. The Nets could be down to just one member of the big three with Kyrie down. James Harden still in doubt. Here's what Malika Andrews had to say earlier here on Get Up.
Well, the returns on his early x-ray that he had yesterday, Greeny, were negative, Steve Nash said. But he is slated to undergo further testing and treatment here in New York today. But Nash also said as of last night, his status for Game 5 was very much up in the air. He said, I have, quote, no idea whether or not Irving is going to be available to play.
And again, to be clear, no rest here. The game is tomorrow night. Here's Tim Legler. I feel like I want to ask you, I know you're not a doctor, but when you see that injury and you hear the way Steve Nash is talking about it, what is your expectation regarding the availability of Kyrie Irving for the rest of this series?
Based on the way that looked, and, you know, again, I'm not in there looking at any MRIs or anything like that. Just based on the way it looked and experience with this type of thing, I'd be shocked if we see Kyrie Irving the rest of this series. I just don't see any way, and particularly as gingerly as he was walking off the court, he leaves in a walking boot. I don't know. That's a pretty quick turnaround, and even if he does come back, there is no way he's close to 100%. So he's going to be extremely limited, and this series has gotten much more physical as it's going on. So if you have a guy out there that's basically playing on one foot, and you're able to get up into him and physically sort of manipulate where he goes, and he doesn't have that quickness or escapability, even if we do see Kyrie Irving in a Game 6 or a Game 7, it's beyond my imagination that he could be close to 100%, Greeny.
Fair enough, and I think that's the way most people view it. So, with James Harden, later in that interview with Malika, she told us that James Harden hasn't even really begun basketball activities in his return. So if they don't get much out of Kyrie, if anything, and they don't get much out of Harden, if anything, are the Nets done?
Yeah, they are done. I just can't see Kevin Durant getting past this team by himself as the only guy really on the court that can generate offense. It's just not going to happen, particularly when you look at where this series is going right now. And the Brooklyn Nets are being manhandled by the Bucks on the perimeter, and that includes Kevin Durant and the way P.J. Tucker's playing him. You look at their free throw rate, Greeny, it's been cut in half over the regular season. This is a team that normally goes to the line 23 times a night, and they have been to the line 26 times total in the last 2 games, despite the fact it's significantly more physical. And all you have to do is make Kevin Durant, 10, 15% less efficient, and you've done your job, because nobody else on the floor can really go generate offense by themselves. So I just think the combination of how much this is going to hurt the Nets offensively, combined with the fact that, look at the Bucks, this is a pretty complete team. They've got one superstar in Giannis. They've got another guy in Chris Middleton who's more than capable of having 25, 30-point games. And then you've got another guy in Jrue Holiday who can give you 20 if he needs to in a particular game, and a bunch of three-point shooting. It's just too much for Kevin Durant to overcome, particularly if these games continue to be officiated the way that they have been. I do not see any way that the Brooklyn Nets can win this series if you don't see James Harden take the court and take the court close to 100%.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.